Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome to the channel. I'm Alexis Lopez TCG, and today we're going to be breaking down all the latest news from the latest set, which is Chapter 4 for Lorcana. If you haven't seen it yet, Lorcana gave us a new way of getting all the information for the latest set. Now, this time it was a little bit different because not only did they include new information for the latest set, as well as new products, they also included new information for competitive play. They gave us all this information in what they called the LORECAST, which was live streamed on their Twitch channel. I'll link that down below. Unfortunately, there was no VOD at the time of this recording, but I'll go ahead and link that as soon as that's available for everybody else to see. So, what's new in Chapter 4? Well, we have a lot of characters from the film Encanto making their debut in the TCG. We also know that Set 4 is called Ursula's Return, and we have a lot more info coming for the competitive scene. Go ahead and break it all down and see what's in store for us. Chapter 4 will have the regular products available, the booster boxes, troves, the gift sets, the starter decks, and of course, the booster pack / blister. But with Chapter 4, we also get a new item that's for single player or co-op play, which is called the Eliminier's Quest Deep Trouble. This new product or system is going to have you and your friends going up against a big bad in a quest. You're going to be going up against, in this case, Ursula. So she's going to have a custom deck that you play against, and you and your friends have different difficulties that you can choose from to try to go ahead and complete the quest. One of the good things about this is that when you complete the quest, the item is going to include a prize card at the end that you can open up to see what you get. We're not really sure yet what's exactly going to be included in this prize pack, whether it's going to be something that's unique to each product or something that is going to be the same thing for everyone. But it does give you a new way to play the TCG. So instead of having the 1v1 or the multiplayer games where it's all PvP based or player versus player based, you now have a player versus environment or a cooperative version of the TCG that you and your family can play, which is really, really nice. So if you have friends over who are not really competitive, or if your family's not really competitive, but they want to be more in a cooperative sense for the TCG, you now have a way to play that as well. So that's always unique and fun to have more available things to do with your cards, especially when you have so many cards coming up in your collections. You can maybe build different decks to try out different difficulties to beat the big bad. We're going to have two new starter decks with the color combinations of Amber and Amethyst and Steel Sapphire. I myself am looking forward to the Amber Amethyst starter deck for Chapter 4. I'm a big fan of the film Encanto, so I'm looking forward to seeing all those characters in action and seeing what kind of meta we can get with them for Chapter 4. We're still seeing that the Trove this time around is going to have the lore counter, it's going to have the dice, it's going to have the dividers, and of course the 8 booster pack. Nothing else really changes with the booster boxes, of course. The only unique product for Chapter 4 is the co-op in Eliminier's Quest Deep Trouble. We do get new accessories as well with the deck boxes and the sleeves. This time it's Snow White and Genie. But I myself am looking forward to the playmats. This time we're going to have Tinkerbell, Giant Fairy, and Rapunzel Gifted Artist as the new playmats available. The playmats have been a little bit difficult to find, especially, I'm still trying to find the Pooh Honey Wizard playmat. So those are one of the things to look out for. They don't really make a lot of the playmats, so see what you can pick that up for yourself whenever it's available. Now, we'll go through all the cards revealed in Chapter 4 in just a little bit. But first, let's go into the breakdown of one of the biggest news from the LORECAST, which was the information around organized play. We're going to have Disney Lorcana challenges available in North America and Europe, and it's going to be capped at the moment for 512 participants. Now, they did mention that they might expand that depending on the amount of signups and how quickly they go, and of course just capacity in the venues that they have. One of the cool things that they announced for the challenges themselves is the fact that each participant that does go to the challenge, so again, this moment 512 capped, and again more if possible. The first card they're going to get, and that's for all participants, is an extended art Dragonfire card, which is pretty cool as that one of the first main action cards available for Chapter 1. If you're able to make it to day 2, again, they haven't really broken down exactly yet how you get to day 2, because they do have a new format where it's 2 games per round, and they're going to have to break that down a little bit more. They're trying to get around the whole whoever goes first has a more advantage kind of situation in this game. But for those of you that do make it to day 2, you're going to get an extended art Let It Go card. So it's a similar style extended art. It's a lot of the similar art from before, but just more glossy, more beautiful, and of course full art and extended art throughout the whole card. Those who make it to top 32 are going to be getting a extended art Cinderella Stout-Hearted card, which also includes new artwork. Those that make it to the top 16 are going to be getting a new alt art extended version of Rapunzel Gifted with Healing. So this is one of those cards from Chapter 1, of course, that's very difficult to get, one of the most expensive legendaries out there, and one that was really much in the meta for a lot of Chapter 1 and Chapter 2. So we're going to get That card if you're top 16, and if you're lucky enough to make it top 8, you're going to get a foil version playmat of that same art for Rapunzel, gifted with healing. Now, if you're somehow lucky enough to make it to top 4, you're going to be getting very unique cards. They did announce there's going to be a version, alternate art, extended art version of Mickey Mouse Brave Little Tailor. They haven't yet shown off the art for that one, but they did also mention that those are going to be serialized. So it's going to make them even more unique. Then, of course, they're going to be serialized, I'm going to guess, based on your placing that you get. But, of course, that's going to go to top 4. So not only do you get whatever the prize is going to be monetarily wise, if they do have some price in that sense, but you do get unique cards, which, you can definitely hold on to, but some people tend to sometimes sell it to go ahead and fund the rest of the competitive play for them, depending on they have to travel or not, and how different and how difficult the challenges are going to be and how they are to get to them. Now let's go ahead and go through the cards revealed for Chapter 4. We have Ariel, Sonic Warrior, which is a 6 ink cost, inkable 3/8 with 2. It's a shift 4, and whenever you play a song, you may pay 2 ink to deal 3 damage to chosen character. They also revealed Maribel Madrigal, which is a 5 ink cost, uninkable, 3 and a 5 with 2 lore. It is a support character, and whenever this character quests, your other Madrigal characters get +1 lore this turn. We have Bruno Madrigal, Out of the Shadows, which is a 5 ink cost, uninkable, 4 and a 5 with 1 lore. It was your vision. When you play this character, chosen character gains. When this character is banished in a challenge, you may return this card to your hand this turn. The next card is Dolores Madrigal, Easy Listener, 4 ink cost, inkable, 3/3 with 2 lore. When you play this character, if an opponent has an exerted character in play, you may draw a card. We have Felix Madrigal, Fun-Loving Family Man, 3 ink cost, inkable, 2 and a 4 with 2 lore. Next, we have Julieta Madrigal, Excellent Cook, 3 ink cost, inkable, 1 and a 4 with 1 lore. When you play this character, you may remove up to 2 damage from chosen character. If you remove damage this way, you may draw a card. Now, this is a pretty cool card because it seems to be a cheaper version of that Rapunzel gifted with healing. This one, of course, is if you remove damage this way, you may draw a card. It doesn't draw a card per damage counter that's been removed. So it doesn't give you the full effect, of course, of Rapunzel, and it is an uncommon, so it's going to be easier to find. But I can definitely see a lot of people running this in Amber deck, especially when it comes to having a budget deck or budget version of a lot of the meta. So that's pretty cool. We have Luisa Madrigal, Magically Strong One, 4 ink cost, uninkable, 4 and a 3 with 1 lore. This character also has Rush. Next, we have the first legendary reveals for Chapter 4, which is Mulan Elite Archer, which is a 6 ink cost, inkable, 2 and a 6 with 2 lore. Shift 5, and when you play this character, if you use Shift to play her, she gets +3 strength this turn. During your turn, whenever this character deals damage to another character in a challenge, deal the same amount of damage to up to 2 other chosen characters. That's pretty significant in a card like this. So you shift her, gets +3 strength, she challenges right away to another character, then you can do the same amount of damage to up to 2 other chosen characters on the field. That's a pretty big effect for a Ruby card, and I'm definitely going to be seeing, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be seeing this card being played in a lot of decks right away. We're going to definitely see a lot of removal around this character, so we'll see how that goes. But again, this is a very good card, especially for the legendary cost, and it has, like, the effects of pretty much Dragonfire 2 other times it challenges, even if it challenges without shifting. So that's a pretty good card. Now we do have some of my favorite reveals coming up for brooms, and the first one is Mickey Mouse Playful Sorcerer. It's a 5 ink cost, inkable, 3 and a 4 with 2 lore. It has Shift 3 and Resist +1. Now you're saying, why are you talking about brooms reveal when this is a Mickey Mouse? Well, this is why. When you play this character, deal damage to chosen character equal to the number of broom characters you have in play. So we have seen brooms revealed, of course, in Chapter 1, Chapter 2, and Chapter 3. And a lot of people have been talking about making a broom deck and making them more viable. Well, things got very viable now with this Mickey Mouse card. The next card is another legendary, which is Yen Sid, Powerful Sorcerer, 2 ink cost, inkable, 1 and a 3 with 1 lore. When you play this character, if you have a character named Magic Broom in play, you may draw a card, so your draw engine already gets a lot better. And while you have 2 or more broom characters in play, this character also gets +2 lore. So again, the broom deck is going to be very significant in the meta for Chapter 4, and I, for one, am looking forward to seeing how well that plays out. So that's all the cards revealed for Chapter 4. Of course, all the products revealed for Chapter 4 and all the information for competitive play. Again, if you guys like this video, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and of course, hit that bell notification. It really all helps out the channel. Please comment down below. Would you like me to do more of these videos moving forward whenever they do any reveals? I, for one, am looking forward to seeing more LORECAST coming their way from Lorcana. So it's a very big, grateful way to get a lot of info dump and a lot of information, especially for the new sets. But I understand why they did it, especially with a lot of information coming out for competitive play. Excuse me, organized play in the way that they call it. So that's pretty cool. But if you guys like videos like this, please comment down below. Let me know what you liked about it, what I should change up, and what you want to see moving forward for these videos. And of course, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. I look forward to coming back and talking Chapter 5, Chapter 6, and so on for Lorcana with you. But as always, I hope you have a great day, great afternoon, great evening, wherever you may be. And I'll see you folks next time. Take care.